the previous lecture what I did was to go on to the Sommerfeld model, where we are having a quantum description of the free electrons, and the free electron wave function and energies are given by minus h cross squared k squared by 2m, which is of course positive because it is only kinetic energy, and e to the power I k dot r are the eigen functions. We can always find out the allowed values of k by considering a box of sides Lx, Ly, Lz and imposing this in cyclic boundary conditions. Then you will have psi of x comma y comma z e to the I k x times x plus ky times y plus kz times z is equal to psi of x plus Lx comma y comma z, which is e to the power I k x Lx times the wave function psi of x comma y comma z. But because of single valuedness, you really want to have this to be equal, which means e to the I k x Lx must be 1 or k x Lx must be 2 pi times an integer. You can have the same thing for the ky, kz for the allowed values of those, and so the allowed values are basically nx, ny, nz are given by 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, etc., and kx is 2nx pi by lx, ky is 2ny pi by ly, kz is equal to 2nz pi by lz. So given this, we will see that the energy is given by h cross squared by 2m, kx squared plus ky squared plus kz squared, and each of these states corresponding to kx, ky, kz can have 2 electrons, one of either spin, and essentially in one dimension energy versus k looks like a parabola with energy levels going all the way from 0 upwards. I have not shown 0 here, so let me show 0 separately, and each state can have 0, 1 or 2 electrons, and the way these electrons are distributed at a finite temperature is given by Fermi-Dirac distribution. It is no longer the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution, it is given by the Fermi-Dirac distribution, which is given by f of E is equal to 1 upon exponential of E minus EF beta plus 1. Beta is of course 1 upon kBt and EF is the chemical potential. When as T tends to 0, F is equal to 1 for all epsilon or energies less than the Fermi energy and is equal to 0 for all energies greater than the Fermi energy. I am using the term interchangeably for chemical potential and Fermi energy because at very low temperatures they are very nearly the same, and at T equal to 0 they are indeed identical. So let us see what are how we can get all the properties of a free electron quantum model by continuing further. But before that, let me also show you how this distribution looks like, the Fermi-Dirac distribution. So the way the Fermi-Dirac distribution looks is the following. If I am looking at this thing f, which is a probability of finding a state which is occupied as a function of energy, and what you will see is that, let me have 1.0 here. So the probability is unity up to Fermi energy. So this is the Fermi energy, and at the Fermi energy actually you also have when you have a finite temperature, what this looks like is slightly different. So let me plot it in a different color. So it looks so this is 0.5. As you can see from the expression for the Fermi-Dirac distribution, and of course this is for T far less than this thing EF by K. EF by KB also has is also represented as Fermi temperature, so I can say T is far less than TF, the Fermi temperature. And as you keep increasing the temperature, eventually it has to go to a Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution, and what happens is when T is approximately equal to TF, let me plot in a different color. when T is approximately Tf, then you have the whole thing going some okay. So this is for T roughly let me make it a bit better. It is spread out, okay, and eventually it will become equivalent to Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution. So because you can actually forget about 1 in the denominator, and what you have is e to the minus e minus mu by kt is what you will be having as the distribution function. Well, having said this, let us proceed further with trying to calculate other properties. So I said that the energy is given by h cross squared k squared by 2m is equal to h cross squared by 2m kx squared plus ky squared plus kz squared. So constant energy surfaces are actually spheres in the 3-dimensional kx, ky, kz space. So I can actually write down the constant energy surfaces kx, ky, kz. Let me make the sphere a little bit better. I am really bad at it. The sphere surface, that is a constant energy surface which is corresponding to energy, let us say E. What you can also the highest energy state is called the this thing is the Fermi energy level or the Fermi level. So when at T equal to 0 k, the highest occupied state, has an energy EF, which is the Fermi energy. What I want to do now is actually obtain the density of states of the free electron gas. To get the density of states, first of all what we notice is that I have already discussed this once before. Just to recap, what we have is the following: every k point that is allowed, every allowed k point occupies a volume equal to 2 pi by Lx into 2 pi by Ly into 2 pi by multiplied by Lz equal to 8 pi cubed by volume. And of course, which means that if now let me consider two surfaces, okay, on the same diagram that I have shown. Let me consider two surfaces, one of energy, another surface of energy E plus dE. If the width thickness of the shell is dk, then the number of states at energy E plus dE minus the number of states at energy E is equal to 4 pi k squared dk. This is dk and this is k. So that is the volume occupied by all the energy levels that have energies between E and E plus dE in the k space. Well, what we can do is that this we can say is equal to in this volume the number of states that we have is the following. Number of states in the volume 4 pi k squared dk is v by 8 pi cubed into 4 pi k squared dk. So, this is something whenever you are going from a summation over allowed values of k to an integral over allowed value over all values of k, then you have to use this normalization constant, which is v by 8 pi cubed. Okay. Now, so this one is the number of states. So, I can say that this multiplied by v by 8 pi cubed. Okay. So, that is the number of states in the volume that is occupied in k space by the shell of energy E and thickness dk, which is given by the constant energy surface E and constant energy surface E plus dE, the difference in the k values of these two. Having said this, let me see how I can get the density of states. Now, you see that E is equal to h cross squared k squared by 2m, or k squared is equal to 2m by h cross squared. So, the number of states E plus dE minus n of E is equal to 4 pi into 2m by h cross squared times E. Okay. So, I have 2m by h cross squared times E times dk. Okay. So, now dE by dk is equal to 2 h cross squared k by 2m, or equal to h cross squared k by m. Therefore, therefore dk is equal to, now I can also write it in terms of the energy. Okay. So, we see that k is equal to k squared is equal to h cross squared 2me by h cross squared, or k is equal to 2m by h cross squared square root times E. Therefore, I can write down this dE as, or dk as equal to this thing e to the m by 2m by h cross squared, or h cross let me just one second. I have to substitute for k. So, the substitution for k is I have dE times m by h cross squared, and so times k, let me see, dk goes there. So, dE by k, okay, or that is equal to, so I have m by h cross squared. So, 1 by k is equal to h cross squared by 2m to the power half e to the minus half. So, that I get dk is equal to m by h cross squared times h cross squared by 2m to the power half times e to the minus half d. Okay, I hope I'm not made any mistake. Let me just check it again. So I have dk is equal to d by dk is equal to h cross squared k by m. So dk is equal to m upon h cross squared into d by k, and m upon h cross squared k is equal to, or k is equal to m upon h cross squared times 1 to the power half e to the power half. So 1 upon k is equal to h cross squared upon 2m to the power half times e to the minus half. So what I have is that now I can write down Ne plus dE minus n of E is equal to 4 pi h cross squared into E into m upon h cross squared times h cross squared upon 2m to the power half times e to the half d. Because I have a e here, 2m upon h cross squared times e, so that into e to the minus half will give me e to the power plus half. So I have let me do it in 2 steps. So this is e to the minus half, so this will give me 8 pi times m by h cross squared h cross squared by 2m to the power half e to the power half d. Okay, so this one is Ne plus d minus Ne is actually d Ne is equal to, now we can actually simplify it. So if I want to simplify it, I will take 8 pi m by h cross squared to the power squared into h cross squared by m to the power half into 1 upon square root of 2 into e to the power half dE. I also had a term which was 1 upon v upon 8 pi cubed. So 4 pi k squared into v upon 8 pi cubed, then so 4 pi k squared 2m upon h cross squared dE times v by 8 pi cubed. So v by 8 pi cubed I have not carried through, and let us see. I must have had a v by 8 pi cubed, so that I will have 8 pi m by h cross squared by m to the power half 1 by root 2 into v by 8 pi cubed e to the power half d, or that is going to give me m by h cross squared by, or rather m by h cross squared m by h cross squared to the power 3 by 2 into 1 upon pi squared into v times e to the power half d. So my correct expression will be, if I were to do everything correctly, then I would have had dNE, number of allowed k values would have been exactly v by 4 pi squared into 2m upon h cross squared to the power 3 by 2 times e to the power half times d, and the number of states is not the same as the number of electrons, because an electron can have a state can have 2 electrons, one of upspin and one of downspin. So I actually have to multiply by a factor of 2, so that I have d of E, the density of states d of E, which is equal to 2 times dNE by dE will be equal to V by 2 pi squared 2m by h cross squared to the power 3 by 2 times e to the power half. Okay. So you can probably work it out. I have just sketched it. I might have missed 1 or 2 factors here and there, but you can always do it correctly and get the right expressions. Now this is the density of states that we will get. Another thing that we know is the following, that is what we are interested in is knowing what the Fermi energy is given that there are n electrons. So if my metal has n electrons, then what is the Fermi energy? This is the question that I want to answer. So to do this, we know that let Kf be the highest the k vector, the magnitude of the k vector, of the k vector corresponding to the highest energy state. So what is the volume in k space of this sphere of radius kf? So the volume occupied by the states which are doubly occupied or which are occupied at t equal to 0 k is given by 4/3 pi kf cubed. This is the volume in the k space. Okay, so now given this volume in k space, what we have is the following, that is the number of electrons n is equal to twice this volume, because we have both up and down spin electrons, 4/3 pi kf cubed, and the number of states that are there are actually given by V by 8 pi cubed. So n is going to be given by pi kf cubed by 3 times V, or kf cubed is equal to 3 n by V times so this I made a mistake here, 3 pi squared. This is what the kf cubed is, or the Fermi wave vector kf is equal to 3n pi squared to the power 1 by 3. So once you know the Fermi wave vector, then you can actually find out what the Fermi energy is. So the Fermi wave vector is that quantity, and if I want to know what the velocity of the electrons, the velocity of the electrons at the Fermi level is given by h cross kf divided by m, because h cross kf is equal to momentum of the Fermi electron, momentum of the electron at the Fermi level, and we can always put this one. So, this is going to be Vf is equal to 3n pi squared to the power 1/3 into h cross by m and when we actually work it out, so kf, when I write kf, this can actually be simplified as equal to 1.92 divided by Rs. I will tell you how we get this. Okay. So, this is kf is equal to 1.92 divided by Rs, where Rs is the radius of the sphere that contains one electron. So, if I know the radius of the sphere which contains one electron, because supposing you give me a sample, then I know the number of atoms in that. If I know the number of atoms in the specimen of the metal, then I know the number of electrons in that, and I know the volume of the metal. So, from that I can calculate the volume occupied by one electron, and if this I equate to volume occupied by one electron to 4/3 pi Rs cubed, then I will get Rs from that. And this Rs that I have written down is 1.92 by this thing. Rs is the Fermi wave vector, and now I can also find out the Fermi velocity, and the Fermi velocity is actually for lithium I calculated. The Fermi velocity is roughly 9.8 into 10 to the power 7 centimeters per second. Okay. So, this is, you compare this with the classical velocity. If I were to calculate what are the classical velocities, of course for lithium I have shown that Rs by A naught, where A naught is a Bohr radius, is equal to 3.25. Okay. A naught is a Bohr radius, is a convenient unit of distance in atomic systems. So, Rs by A naught is 3.25, and if I were to calculate the energy of the Fermi velocity of the electron, which is, it will be 9.8 into 10 to the power 7 centimeters per second, whereas if I were to use the temperature at 300 Kelvin, so what is the velocity of a classical particle? This can be calculated because half mv squared is equal to 3 by 2 kBt, and so from this you would find out that V will be of the order of about 1.2 into 10 to the 5 centimeters per second. So, you see that roughly there is almost 1,000 times increase in the velocity, because of the electrons are actually this thing quantum particles and obey Fermi-Dirac statistics, which means that they are going to be occupying higher energy levels which have higher velocities, and so you will have a very high Fermi velocity in the case of the Maxwell, in the case of the Fermi Dirac gas, quantum gas. We can also find out what the Fermi energy is, and the Fermi energy happens to be which is EF is equal to h cross squared kF squared by 2m. This will be of the order which is roughly 50.1 divided by Rs by A naught squared, this many electron volts. Okay. So, the Fermi energy is really very high. Now, having obtained the density of states and having obtained the this Fermi energy and the velocity, Fermi velocity, let me proceed later in the next lecture to calculate the specific heat of the free electron Fermi gas and compare to the experimental value and also how it corrects for the specific heat that is predicted by the Drude theory. Okay, so thank you.